Okay, I'm Matthew Berry from ESPN.com Fantasy. Clearly, I am not a professional athlete because you can tell this man is. DeMarco Murray, Dallas Cowboys running back, often a high draft pick in fantasy football drafts. And you are here on behalf of ESPN's Ultimate Team Vote, DeMarco, which is a fan vote to determine the ultimate college football team of the past 25 years. Now, fans can go to ESPN.com/NCAA Ultimate Team, or they can tweet their votes using the hashtag Ultimate Team. DeMarco, of course, you're one of the running backs on Oklahoma's team alongside Adrian Peterson. Might be a tough team to beat there with you two guys in the backfield. Now, in fantasy circles, it's always sort of the same thing. Like DeMarco Murray, one of the most explosive running backs in the NFL. Great numbers if he can stay healthy. You know, he's going to have a great year this year if he can stay healthy. That's been one of the issues of your first 2 years in the league. You've been great when you've been on the field, but haven't been able to be on the field for all 16 games. Talk to me a little bit about how you're feeling, and have you done anything different this offseason to try to stay on the field a little bit longer?
Yes, I'm feeling great. Coming off a strong, off-season workout schedule with OTAs and mini camp, and getting ready for training camp. So I'm ready. But it's not anything that I'm not doing or doing that's keeping me, on or off the field. It's just the little ticky-tack things that happen. And I think our trainers and our strength and conditioning staff has done a great job with me, just getting better, every day. And I'm just trying to take it one day at a time. And my goal is to play, all 16 games.
So more bad luck than anything, one thing, any lingering issue is what you're saying, sort of like? Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it hasn't just been, oh, this hurts or this hurts. It's just, boom, I made one simple cut, no one touched me, and the foot just happened. And it was, a cut I've made a million times, so it just happened.
This is why I never cut, by the way. I just kind of meander slowly, and I never spend any time on the injury report. Of course, on the time, no one ever wants me around. Question for you in terms of the play calling. Now, Bill Callahan came in, and there was sort of some, I don't want to say controversy, but there was definitely some confusion, it seemed like, because there was reports that Bill Callahan's going to call the plays, and then Jason Garrett was like, well, we haven't really totally decided that. What is your sense of the new offense, who's going to be calling the plays, and more importantly, your role in the offense?
I think it really doesn't matter who calls the plays. For our standpoint, we just have to go out there and execute the plays. Whether it's a run or a pass play, I think it's up to the players to make the play happen and make it work. But I'm excited about this year. Just coming off, the year we had that none of us were happy about. So we got to get better. We've been building a great foundation in order to get better each and every week, and I think we're going in the right direction.
A question for you in terms of following up on that offense. So last year, Cowboys 31st in rushing attempts and yards last season. In terms of what you've seen so far, in terms of what Callahan brings, more of a balanced attack? I mean, you're a great pass catcher. Do they want to use you more, try to get you in space? Do you see more runs? What do you expect from the offense in terms of a balance there?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple games where we got down early, first, second quarter, so we kind of had to get away from the run game and let it fly a little bit. And hopefully that doesn't happen this year. We have a great defense, and we definitely have to be more balanced. And as a running back, whenever you can get in space, I mean, that's always a plus. Especially for a guy like me, where I like to be in space a lot, and I can make a few things happen. So, but I think Callahan definitely brings a great dimension to our offense. He's a very smart coach, and he definitely has some attitude about him, and he's offensive line coach, so I'm sure he would love to run the ball.
Talk to me about some of the other running backs on your team. In fantasy, we are always looking for, like, well, if something were to happen, if this guy had to miss a game or something like that. So I'm curious, like, you got the rookie Joseph Randle, Philip Tanner and Lance Dunbar there from last year. If you're a fantasy owner and you're saying, like, look, I'm drafting DeMarco Murray, I want on my team, I'm praying he plays all 16 games. I think he's playing all 16 games, but you never know if he misses one game or something like that. Who do I think the Cowboys would turn to try to carry the load in your stead?
I don't know who they would turn to. That's what training camp is for. I haven't seen Randall. He's had a thumb, so training camp will be his first action. But I really like Lance Dunbar. He's a great running back. Very explosive guy, and he's very agile. So as well as Philip Tanner. Philip Tanner's a great running back. He's been around the league for a while, and very powerful guy, very smart guy, and you wouldn't go wrong with any of those three guys.
I want to talk about a couple of your teammates here. Last year, an amazing year for Dez Bryant. Seemed like we'd seen flashes of it throughout his career, but last year it seemed to all sort of click in for him, and the second half of the year was amazing for Dez. What did you see in Dez over the second half of the year that you hadn't maybe seen prior, and do you think that's repeatable? Do you think that's something that something changed in him?
I think with him, just growing up and being mature, and he's a great player, a great guy off the field, on the field. He's a really good person, and you know, he's a great athlete, and he has great God-given ability. And you know, him and Tony was on the same page, you know, throughout the year, and you know, over time you'll continue to get better. I think as a football player, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I mean, I think, you know, during the beginning of the season they were still filling each other out, still trying to get used to certain things, and you know, as the season prolonged, you know, those two got better.
In the Cowboys locker room, who talks the most trash?
As far as, it depends.
But you guys playing Madden, you guys.
If it's anything about video games, it's definitely Dez. Dez is definitely a gamer. He loves to play video games. A great guy, and he's pretty good at video games.
When you play, do you play yourself?
I don't. I can't tell Sooner Nation who I play with. They may get a little upset with me, but.
Well, just between us. Just between us. Oh, all right, we'll keep it just between us. All right. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.